Welcome to the Charting Courses Podcast, a show brought to you by the team at Ventura MedStaff, dedicated to helping traveling medical professionals navigate the world of travel healthcare. I'm Luke.
And I'm Brittany.
Today, we're diving into something that's extremely relevant for this time of year: summer travel tips for healthcare travelers. Whether you're heading to the beach, a mountain retreat, or even a small town clinic, summer is arguably one of the best times of the year to be a healthcare traveler. But with heat waves, crowded destinations, and the temptation to do it all, a set of challenges can arise.
Yeah, the summer season is arguably one of the most exciting times for travel, but it's also when burnout and overheating can creep in if you're not prepared.
So let's start with something every person, traveler or not, can relate to this time of year: the heat. Brittany, what should travelers keep in mind when it comes to staying safe in the sun?
Great question. First off, hydration is key. That's simple enough, but it's definitely something that gets overlooked way too often, especially when you're running around during a long shift or out exploring a new city. A refillable water bottle should be your best friend this summer.
Yeah, I've definitely forgotten to drink enough water on travel days, and it does not make for a fun experience.
Exactly. I think it's also important to talk about clothing choices this time of year. Especially when you're spending so much time outdoors, you really want to stick to breathable, moisture-wicking fabrics in lighter colors. This is so you can help regulate your body temperature and make outdoor activities more enjoyable.
And what about timing? I'm sure that planning activities around peak heat times would help.
Yeah, definitely. Travelers will want to explore in the early morning or later in the evening. Farmers markets, hikes, city walks, those will all feel way better when the sun isn't directly overhead. And if you can avoid the sun, that's great. And if you can't, at least try and seek shade when possible.
Yeah, that's definitely a pro tip. And I know I always hear our recruiters emphasize that travelers should research their destination's climate ahead of time.
Absolutely. And that makes sense. After all, summer in Arizona is not going to be the same as summer in Florida, which is different from summer in Nebraska. Doing a little research ahead of time will help you know what to expect, how to pack, and you're able to prep your body for the adjustment as much as you can anyway.
Okay, so let's say now you're packed and hydrated. Now it's time to get on the road and get to your assignment. So, with that, what are some of our recruiters' best tips for our travelers on assignment this summer?
Number one is make sure you get your car checked before you leave, especially if you're driving across the country. Tires, brakes, fluids, and don't forget about the AC system. You absolutely do not want to be broken down on the side of the road in this summer heat.
Yeah, exactly. Good car AC is the unsung hero of summer travel. And similarly, if my car's AC broke, that would be the start of my villain arc.
Right. And another thing not to forget is sun protection. Even on just your travel days, it's important to apply your daily sunscreen.
Of course, gotta protect the skin. And what about some other safety tips once you arrive?
The biggest thing is going to be to save all your new local emergency contacts in your phone. Nearby pharmacies, your facility's number, urgent care locations, things of that nature. You don't want to have to scramble for help if something happens.
And of course, the summer season means more people are out and about.
Exactly, it's peak season. Roads and airports are packed, and whenever you head out on assignment, just make sure you're giving yourself extra time and try and avoid high traffic travel days when possible.
So, switching gears a little bit, I think it's also important we touch on burnout. So, while most people don't associate burnout with summer, travelers can be quite susceptible to it during the season. They're trying to do everything all at once, go to all these places, see all these things, go on all these little adventures. So, how can travelers kind of avoid running themselves into the ground this time of year?
It really comes down to balance. Don't overbook your downtime. I know it's going to be tempting to say yes to every hike, concert, or weekend getaway, but your downtime should be about more than just adventuring. Build in time to relax and recover between shifts and fun adventures.
Yeah, that one hits home. I'd agree. Sometimes the best summer night is the one where you're doing nothing at all.
Totally. Even when you're in a new place, it's important for travelers to create a routine. Whether that's keeping a regular sleep schedule, setting time aside to work out, or, making space to unwind, having that routine is going to help you stay grounded.
Love that. And what about staying connected?
Super important. FaceTime a friend, call your family, or find a Facebook group for travelers in your area. And don't forget about your recruiter either. They're there for you during the great times and the not so great. So if you're starting to feel overwhelmed, make sure you communicate and let them know.
So, is there anything travelers can do at work, maybe to just help prevent burnout?
I would say mini breaks. It's important to take those breaks, even just 5 minutes apart, to stretch or drink water, take a few deep breaths between patients. That kind of stuff can make a huge difference.
Well, Brittany, this episode has been packed with some great advice. Summer assignments are a great opportunity for adventure, but only if you're taking care of yourself along the way.
Thanks, Luke. That's exactly right. With a little preparation, the right mindset, and smart safety habits, travelers can make this summer assignment their best one yet.
And if you're ready to start that adventure, Ventura MedStaff is here to help. Connect with a recruiter and let us help you find your next perfect assignment this summer and beyond. Until next time, stay cool, stay safe, and happy travels. Thank you for listening to the Charting Courses podcast, brought to you by Ventura MedStaff. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a like, share it with your friends, and follow our channel so you never miss an episode.